slightly drizzly day in the English countryside. I think I probably got a bit overexcited last week when there were those lovely blue skies, and I was kind of talking about spring because it feels again like we're still in the depths of winter. But I'm still hopeful. I think that spring is in the air, even though there's a bit of a hiatus. And of course, wintering means that we can have the wood burner going and cosy up indoors. In a moment I'm going to get changed into my gym kit and head out to Chloe's Pilates. So Chloe is a friend of mine. She has been running Pilates classes at Bamford. She's kind of probably the best Pilates teacher I think in the Cotswolds, and she's recently set up her own studio. It's in the North Cotswolds, and it's in a lovely kind of converted space, and she's such a good teacher. Every time I do one of her classes, it's so invigorating, so strenuous. I come out of it feeling energised, strong, best version of myself. So we'll head off in a moment and take a look at her class. I was thinking we could call into some of the nice Cotswold villages that there are. And I think Rhubarb has the right idea. She's cosily installed on her, or she was at least cosily installed on her chair that I think she's made her own. That's your cosy spot, isn't it, Rhubarb? By the fire. Do you want to go back up there? Good girl. Lie down. Good girl. Good girl. Anyway, before I get changed, I wanted to show you my outfit, which is by a designer called Amy Joyce. She's based in Notting Hill, has a studio there, and also a boutique. And her designs and craftsmanship, I should probably say craftswomanship, is incredible. So all of her pieces are made by hand, beautiful tailoring. I don't know whether you can see the detail on these trousers, but the shape kind of wraps around the hips, and then there is this detail here which overlaps, and it just is incredibly flattering, I think. I keep looking at it and thinking, trying to work out what she's done, but I find it sort of elongates the leg, and also kind of is somehow quite slimming and flattering. I don't know quite what she's done, but it kind of feels slightly genius. There are beaded details here on the bodice. Really, really beautiful, a really beautiful design. And the sleeves are really lovely too. So I have quite long arms, and I often struggle with sleeve length with blouses, but this has a lovely long length. I think if you had shorter arms, you can pop the cuffs up, fold them back like this, reveal my nice vintage bracelet. Feels a slightly masculine cuff, and I like that detail too. One of the things that I really love, so this is her logo, it's got this nice quilting here. I don't know if you can see that, which sort of is similar to this. I guess that's maybe part of her iconic design. One of the things that I really like is that these labels tell you who the maker is. So the blouse is made by a woman called Shea, and the trousers, it says made by Hannah for Kathy, and I really love that personal dimension. I think that's a really nice touch. I think that this would be a great outfit to wear to work, to an evening out. In the winter, I think you could probably wear a nice velvet jacket over the top for warmth. Because they're handmade, these are investment pieces. They are made by hand, and there is brilliant craftsmanship. I think that beautiful pieces of clothes can make you feel like something special. This is something that when you put it on, you feel transformed somehow. I'm hoping to go to her store in Notting Hill in the next few months, and of course I will take you with me and we can take a look around. If you're enjoying this channel and you like art and books and homes and interiors and a little sprinkling of fashion, do subscribe. There are links at the bottom here. Anyway, let's head off to Chloe's Pilates and take a look at some of these pretty Cotswold villages, because I think you're going to love them. frosty, chilly morning to a Pilates class near Chipping Campden, and it's run by a friend of mine, Chloe, who used to be a Pilates teacher at Bamford. She set up on her own, she has this lovely studio, and she's invited me along to take a look. So in a moment we will be arriving there, and I think it's going to be a really great session. I think there's something about Pilates, about yoga. Sorry, I'm just going through a bit of a flooded bit there. There's something about Pilates and yoga that is, I don't know, really, I mean, I think it's good at any time of year, but I think I find it really useful at this time of year where I'm wanting to feel grounded and calm and mindful and take time, I think, over, over the day, over the weeks, over the coming months, develop a mindset that's going to take me through the year in a kind of gentle way. So she's a really experienced teacher. I went to one of her classes in the summer that was a combination of Pilates and wild swimming. So we did, I think it was, couldn't have been more different from today. It was in this beautiful garden in the Cotswolds, and we did Pilates in the baking sunshine. I mean, it was so hot. People were looking for the shadiest spots, and that was then followed by some wild swimming in the natural lake, and then a sauna. I think I might have dipped back into the lake afterwards as well for a second time. But she does really great classes that sort of combine things like Pilates, things like wild swimming. She's a really keen advocate of wellness products. So she works with Ancient and Brave, which you may be familiar with, and that's something that, I don't know, I've been using for a number of years now. They do a really nice coffee that I use in the morning, and it has collagen in it, so you don't really taste the collagen, you just taste the coffee. So it's just an easy way to incorporate some collagen into your diet, and whether or not it helps, I don't know, it's difficult to say, but I feel like I've noticed, I mean, maybe it's a combination of things, but I feel like I've noticed that since I've been incorporating that into my diet, I feel like my skin looks a little bit brighter, a little bit more even. It's probably things like using retinol as well. I do that nightly. I use an LED face mask. I sort of think a little collagen is likely to be a useful thing as well. Anyway, I think we should shortly be arriving at Chloe's class, and I look forward to taking you inside. I also attended a dinner in Sussex hosted by the Welsh singer Katherine Jenkins to celebrate the launch of her non-alcoholic gin Cygnet Infinity. As a singer, she has to protect her voice and devised this recipe so she had something delicious at events and celebrations. She was as lovely as you would expect. We chatted afterwards about Welsh roots, the impact of bereavement, and the way you carry the people who are no longer here in everything you do. So this is what I'm wearing this evening. It's a dress by Rixo. I think that I bought this in the sale, I want to say somewhere like the Outnet, which always has quite good sort of end of line sales, I find. LK Bennett shoes, that's a drink there that somebody's just knocked on the door and brought me a gin and tonic, which is very welcome as I get ready. Yeah, just gone for the same jewellery as before. My vintage necklace and my charity shop bracelet, and I'm also going to put on a pair of earrings in a moment, which I think you're going to really like. These here, I don't know whether you can see them, kind of mismatched. They're by, I don't know quite how you say it, Grain Morton. And then I've added this jacket by Bamley, velvet embroidery, which I think is going to keep me warm, but also is quite flattering, I think, with the shot of red underneath. I slightly feel like it's a bit of a sort of nightdress and dressing gown combination, but I love it.